Hey guys, welcome back to Bet on Black. I'm sorry, I was trying to be straightforward with it, but I'm too excited. Today we have Matthew and Reginald Reismann on the show, stylist extraordinaire. We're gonna get into a lot more of who you style, how you got into it.
Yeah.
But first, I want to start off with tell me about how you guys first met.
So we first met at our friend's barbecue. She was having a barbecue party.
Uh-huh.
Matthew came over and spoke to me, and he asked me, "Oh, he's like, what are you going to school for?" And at first, I was like, "I'm going to school for nursing," and I was like, "I think I'm going to switch up a little bit." Um, but we kicked it off ever since then.
Yeah,
And
I went to college with people that he went to high school with.
I
So
love
it
when
was
that
like
happens.
yeah.
right?
When it's just like it's
Yeah.
mutual, it's
Right?
organic, it's
Yeah.
very much like not the dating apps, just
Mhm.
I know
No,
someone that
yeah.
you know.
And it's
let's-
so crazy because I seen him a year before, and I told my friend, I was like, I want to meet him.
Wait, stop. I love
Yeah.
this. No, stop it.
Yeah.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
cute.
And then it all just came full circle the year after.
Yeah.
Okay, cute. When did you guys get married?
2016.
Mhm.
2016.
Yeah. We'll be 10
Okay.
years next year.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
So you guys are stylists, so I have
Yes.
to ask, what were you guys wearing on the wedding day?
Oh
What was the
my
wedding day
gosh.
vibes?
I had a sequence blazer that Matthew put together.
Jewel. not
Jeweled.
sequin.
Well,
I
jeweled
hand-
is.
I hand beaded all these applique
Oh,
onto a suit, but that was a very different time. I wore a rented tux
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
from a local, shop.
Right.
We purchased Reggie so that I could add all the
Yeah.
embellishments and make it fab. I did make all our bridesmaids dresses,
You did.
but it was 67 people in his
In
in
mom's
my parents'
backyard.
backyard.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that sounds like fab when you think of like Sex in the City.
It was
Right.
supposed to be like a sunny day. It rained all day.
Well, you
It
know
was
that's good
cold.
luck.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We're still here. We're still here.
We're still here.
Amazing. So, how did you guys start working together? Because you said that when you first met, that you were in nursing school.
hmm
So, how did you guys start working together, and then how did you get more into the styling?
So during like junior year of college, Matthew decided he wanted to become a fashion designer. So we did like his first show. He started a fashion school. What do you call it?
It started a club at the college.
Oh, okay.
And we
Mhm.
hosted like fashion shows with students.
Wait, where'd you guys go to school?
I went to school at Eastern. It's a state school in
Okay,
Connecticut.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I went to school in Capitol in Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So we started kind of just like my grandmother was like an artist, so she always encouraged different mediums of art, and I think I just fell into
Mm.
the fashion of it. And we started this club. I say we because Reggie secretly was a fake student at our school. He was
I
there
was
every
I know those
day.
people.
Yeah.
It's like, do you go here?
Yeah, no, but like
Yeah.
administration, everyone thought he went there.
Really?
Yeah, he used to do my room inspections with housing and everything.
Mhm.
They thought he was a full-on student.
Mhm.
There's no way. Wait, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. So we started this like fashion club together, and that's how we just kind of like teased fashion and got into it. But then
After we got married,
Yeah.
we moved to New York. We lived here for 6 years. And Matthew got into the tailoring aspect of design.
yeah,
And he started working with different stylists and tailoring for different celebrity clientele. And there was this one time where he flew out to LA, and I was like, oh my God, I really want to go and like visit LA. Like, I think I want to live there. And he was working on this show with his talent, and I was like, oh my God, I think I really want to like get into styling. So the stylist he was working for at the time, he needed help with like assistance, and I was like, oh my God, well, I'm off at like a certain time, I can help with styling. So when I got into that, I was like, I think I really love doing this. And I was like, I think I really want to leave my job and just do this full time
Yeah.
and like learn the ins and outs of styling. So I did that for a couple of years. And then with the tailoring aspect and the styling, we decided to like break off and do it on our own. And that's how we became the duo we are today.
yeah. I mean, the backstory on that really is what Reginald said, and what essentially happened is I built a career in tailoring because we're originally from Connecticut, and I did not go to school for fashion. I went to school for business. Could not get a job in New York or anywhere in fashion to save my life because I didn't have that traditional fashion degree. So the thought process for me was, well, let's learn how to sew and sew well. So I went and worked at a dry cleaner for 3 years, built a career in bridal and alterations. Like you said, moved to New York. Um, I had worked at Kleinfeld in the city, so pretty reputable. And then I was able to build connections, like you said, with stylists, and I started doing the celebrity thing. The job he's mentioning in LA was fresh off of quarantine. So Reggie was work from home, so he had a laptop. So because I was going to be gone for a month in LA, he did come with me, and he was able to finish his day early because he was doing East Coast time on the West Coast. And then with the free time, he started assisting that person that I was working under for their client, and it just kind of grew from there.
Kind of grew from there.
And then I'd go out. I was able to build relationship a lot of the times with different clientele with tailoring, because then it becomes a personal thing. Like, oh my God, can you tailor my wardrobe? Can you make me a custom?
Tailoring is so personal.
Yeah,
It's very,
Yeah.
very a personal thing.
totally. So then, you just hype your man up. I would
Yeah.
go to my client's house.
Yeah.
I'd go to my client's house and just, my husband's a stylist. We
Uh-huh.
have a partnership. We do this duo thing, and it just kind of like kept going.
Oh,
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was gonna be one of my later questions.
Yeah.
I'm glad we just got right into it.
Yeah.
Do you remember who your first celebrity client was
Yeah.
together?
Yeah. Reggie's first client was Javicia Leslie. She was Batwoman on the CW. That was his
Love
first
her.
client.
She's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
She's But the one that really kicked it off was Lizzo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I had tailored for Lizzo for some time, and she had kind of gone in between a few stylists, but she had remembered me in the tailoring when she had worked with that stylist. And her management reached out to us directly one day when they saw that Reggie had started styling, and they asked us directly if we would join in and
And we're
be a
like,
duo.
of
And we
course.
said,
yeah. Yeah.
So that's what really kind of kicked it
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
on that level.
When we were just talking about how personal tailoring can be, and also styling, but tailoring it's really fitting the measurements to the person's
Yeah.
body, and like a lot of times, especially for women, that can be a very personal and intimate part of the experience. So what do you think is sort of the key to having a good relationship with the celebrity in order to make them feel comfortable? Is there anything that you do or anything? Because obviously Lizzo remembered you, right?
Yeah.
And like her management called you back, so something you did was obviously
Yeah,
right.
I think just be solution based.
Yeah.
And figure out what the need is and address it and not ignore it, and just make people feel like it works for them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's just
Make them
about
feel
being
seen,
aware.
make
Yeah.
them feel
Yeah. It's just about being aware. Like, be conscious of what needs to be done and what works and what doesn't work, and like amplify that, glamorize it, and make people feel comfortable. There's no sense in, I guess, where I think we benefit is when so now in pivoting to like when we style somebody, we can address things head on. So when we
Yeah.
look for clothes, right away we go, if we're working with someone, for an example, if we're working with somebody who's a bit busty, we can pull with that in mind, and we can be problem focused. So if we love something that's just not built for that, we know going in, I'm going to build this to make
Right.
this work.
This is what I might need to cut here
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Put some fabric here.
Exactly. And we can prepare to walk in and have that ready to go, so that we're thoughtful, so that somebody doesn't feel uncomfortable. Because I think the most important thing about tailoring and the benefit about tailoring is just comfort. Because you don't want to have to, especially with talent, like the last thing you want to have to worry about is how they feel in clothing.
Right.
They have to remember lines. They have to remember
They're photographers flashing
everything,
lights every 5
everything, right.
seconds.
The-
Like,
whatever's happening in the
Yeah.
world, their music, their art, their whatever. The last thing they need to be worried about is their clothes.
is what they're wearing.
So
yeah.
it's like, just address whatever that is, and be solution based, problem solving, and
Yeah.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Both of you guys can answer this, but Reggie, I'd
Yeah.
love if you went first. Can you break down what a stylist actually does? Because I feel like a lot of people, they're like, oh, stylist, like you just pull clothes and like, boom, you put it on people. But like, I know that there's a lot more to it. So can you talk about first from when you get the assignment to when we see the celebrity on the Instagram? How does that go?
So first, when we get the assignment, we try to research what it is. Like if they're going to a premiere, we want to research what that premiere is, what it entails, and then from that, I try to figure out the client's aesthetic or get to know the client before actually pulling the clothes. And then we go into sending our requests and seeing what we can actually get approved for. for that client, and then we have to see like what will actually work with that client. And then that's when tailoring comes in and like does a really big part, because we can get a certain type of look, but if it doesn't look that way on a client, it's not going to work out. But that's why it's such a good thing that I have Matthew, who
Yeah.
transforms things into
And does.
masterpieces
Mhm.
and makes it work. But yeah, do you want to get on the tailoring aspect of it?
So once
No,
the
I think,
clothes
yeah.
maybe have been pulled
Yeah.
and you're fitting the talent,
Yeah.
how do you kind of step in there?
Make it fit, make them feel good, make it work for them. I think when you consider things are samples, it's not necessarily built for an individual. So proportions could be off. It's not even a matter about sizing sometimes. Sometimes I'm
Mhm.
just working with a smaller person in general, and those
Right.
proportions are off. So it doesn't work in that sense. So it's just about landing on what our look is and kind of tweaking things even and changing it up to work for them.
Mhm.
Because that I think is what can kind of make or break something, you know? Like you don't always have to kind of rest on the politics of fashion. Like
Right.
if it's a certain brand or whatever it is, like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And finding what does work is good enough.
Yeah. I feel like when there's a push and pull sometimes.
Yeah.
One, when you're pulling clothes for the talents, like knowing what they're
Mhm.
gonna like, but also sometimes they give you all the criteria, all the
Yeah.
aesthetics, the colors that they want, and then you put it on, and they're like, "I hate
I
it,"
don't like
and it's
it.
like,
Right.
it's like, what? You told me that you wanted a
Right.
short sequin dress, and I
Right.
get you, you know.
Right.
And then of course, when it comes to the tailoring and you have it on, it's like sometimes they might see something here that they don't like, and you have to really. The whole goal is to make them feel as comfortable as
Mhm.
possible.
Comfortable
Mhm.
as possible, and then depending on like the logistics of the loan or the pull, if it's
Mhm.
like major brand, it needs to go back. It needs to be keep the integrity of the clothes, make the client feel good, make it fit, but then return it back exactly how you got it.
Yeah.
So
Reverse all
reversing
alterations.
everything
Yeah.
and making it work. I guess I will say too though, kind of like a cool thing about us in the tailoring is I'm on emails as well with that styling conversation. So there have been times where we're able to get clothes because
Mhm.
I can pitch the tailor angle on it because brands do their research too. So they
They
know
do.
like
They do.
this won't work or this measurement is
Right,
this,
right.
and I can then give
Jump
examples
in
and
and say
speak
like,
to
I
I
can.
actually tailor.
Yeah.
I've done X, Y, and Z, and they can look at that and feel comfortable with sending it.
Wait, you guys are really the dream team. Like, this is insane. Like, I love this.
Yeah.
Look, everyone can say that they like clothes, they
Mhm.
like styling. Everyone has an opinion on
Totally.
something, right? Everyone
Yeah.
reads
Totally.
Vogue, okay.
Yeah.
But for you guys, like, how did you know that you wanted to get into this? Did you, I know
Yeah.
you said, like, was it your grandmother that,
Yeah.
like, sort of grew up? And when you were growing up as a child, did you always know that you kind of wanted to do something with clothes? Or
No, I think with her, for me, she just allowed me, and I have a twin sister. She allowed us to like explore art and medium. Like, I remember we'd melt like beads with an iron to make these like
Oh, wow.
shapes and stuff, or roll up magazines to make beads. Like, she was just creative. So I think it was about like finding, just allowing creativity to flow and see where it kind of landed. At one point, I thought I was into photography, but my photography eye was leaning toward like fashion aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to shoot fashion, and then
Yeah.
it turned into like, well, I don't really like what my friend is wearing, so it was like bed sheets and tinfoil and being creative, and then it just was like, oh, it's the clothes.
But you
Like
still
I
tried
like the
different things to
clothes.
kind of
Yeah.
get there
Yeah.
first.
So I got there understanding like I like clothes.
Right.
Like when I met Reggie, my introduction was, "Hi, I'm Matt. I want to be a fashion designer, and I want to move to New York."
Uh-huh.
Where Reggie comes in is, I think for me early on, Reggie became this like muse of
Mhm.
like living vicariously through
Mhm.
how fabulous he is. You know? So
Yeah.
it was like, you should put this on things that I'm more minimal. So things that I couldn't necessarily carry, I have fun with him. And I think he naturally always loved fashion, but coming from like
And
a
I think
traditional
that's,
mindset,
I think that
you don't think
stems
it's like
from like my
possible.
childhood.
Yeah.
My mom would always put me in something brand new, or like, and I'll like mix and match it myself. And then watching my mom grow up and wanting to be a model, like just being in that space as well, really helped me with the whole styling path as well.
Yeah. I think it was hard to like identify it though and like
Yeah.
put the term on it because I think we just came from this idea of like tradition of like going to school, graduating, getting a job, getting a house,
And
etc.
a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of us are raised to believe that, you know, graduate high school, you go to college, you
Yeah.
graduate college, you get a job, and then like you're set for life.
Yeah.
And that's
and it's like that's actually not the
Yeah.
way it
Right.
happens, and that's
Right.
not the way it always has to happen.
I
Like,
think
Right.
New York changed that for us. I think it
did.
gave us, it showed us it was possible. I remember, so I essentially quit bridal first and went full time on the tailoring,
Okay.
but that took a bit of encouraging. Like I didn't think it was possible. I remember calling other people that were in the same field and really just being honest and having conversations to be like, is this a full time job?
I
Like,
remember the
can
day
I really make it?
he left his job. He called me and I was at my desk and he's like, I think I want to leave today. I don't feel passionate about this anymore. And I said, I think that you should do that. And he was like, but I'm nervous. We'll be only on one income, which will be your income. And I just want to make sure that we'll be okay. And I'm like, we will be okay. I know that we'll be okay. And during that conversation, he got an email from a client and I was like, check your email. And he was like, oh my gosh, like this is a major opportunity. I think you're right. I think I should leave.
Yeah. It just felt like
I love when
meant to
things
be.
align.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like literally, last season I was talking to a photographer. His name is Elionel Clinton. He's
Okay.
done a few shoots before, but it's a similar sort of
Yeah.
thing. I mean, he went to FIT. He started working in kind of like freelancing, but he was really trying to kind of get his big break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was at this, you know, he was doing kind of like more product shots.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was telling me, he was just like, I hated it, like every day,
Yeah.
you know, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, one day he was at work and he got a call from the New York Times.
Mhm.
And like, he was basically just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be a question of it.
Yeah.
But the fact
Yeah.
that that day you were thinking of, you know, you called up Reggie and you were like,
Mhm.
I think today might be the day, or like, I have to
Mhm.
make this move soon. And
Yeah.
then an opportunity comes in.
Literally.
That's really just it's an affirmation as to like,
Totally.
you're going in the right direction.
Totally.
Mhm.
So I think it just kind of rubbed off, but at the same time there was this comfort, right? Like Reggie worked at Hunter in HR.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was like
right.
we had, you know, benefits and
Right,
Yeah.
a little bit
stay
more
employed.
security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, I can go for it. We'll figure it out. And then I'm always gonna work. Like I'm always
Mhm.
gonna figure it out. Like I feel like I have that hustle in me to do that. So I knew if it didn't work out, I would go and do whatever
There
it
were
took
other
to
big things
get
you
a
could do.
job
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something. You know
right.
what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna sit for too long.
Yeah.
And I think, but again, coming from that traditional mindset, it's like I think we just grew up thinking like working for yourself was so far fetched. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Or just like we're from Connecticut. Moving to New York was a journey and,
Oh,
and a big
yeah.
obstacle because it's right there, but the mindset, the culture, the energy, everything is just so different.
Yeah.
And then again, so I think the biggest leap, those are all really big leaps, but the biggest leap was, again, Reggie was work from home because after quarantine. And when we got back from that LA job and he had been assisting, it went from me being like, can I quit my job, for him
To
to
me
look at
being
me to
like,
be
I
like,
want to quit mine.
can I quit mine? And of course, he supported me in that. I have to support him in his.
Yeah.
And then so that, I think that was the biggest risk, to both be fully in
Yeah.
on it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah. What I love from this is that not only did you guys bet on yourself, but you bet on
Mhm.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You leaned on each other,
Yeah.
you depended on each other at different phases of
Totally.
your career, of your
Totally.
life.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, obviously
Yeah.
now you guys are the duo,
Yeah.
so it all
Yeah.
paid off.
It
Or it's all
did.
paying
It
off.
did.
Totally.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys have a preference between styling for, you know, live events like an award show versus an on-set kind of stationary shoot?
I love award shows.
I love a carpet.
Okay.
We
Matt immediately
love a
smiled. I was like, I
carpet.
feel like this is...
I love a carpet.
It's
It's
just
just
so
a fantasy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's dreamy.
Mhm.
Like, we love a carpet.
That's what excited me growing up,
Yeah.
watching all those award shows and just
Mhm.
seeing people, and then all the rollouts after of like best dressed and just
Mhm.
the fantasy of it all. I loved it.
What's like the maybe 3 to 5 hours leading up to the red carpet when you're
Depends,
styling
I
someone?
guess.
Because I know it's chaotic. I know it can be.
It can be.
chaotic.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
I'm strong on it depends because it really is. It's personal
What
to
does
the
it depend?
client. It's to the
Okay.
client.
Mhm.
There's some clients who are type A, and
Yeah.
3 hours before the carpet, we're waiting for the carpet to come. You know, like
Mhm.
everything's checked off, everything fits. We've done a few fittings. We know everything down to their pinky ring.
And
Right,
there's
we're just
some
good to go.
and
then
there's some clients that want to fit the day of.
yeah. and
Wow.
I'm sewing
Yeah.
while they're in glam, and then
Then we're nervous if it's gonna fit because we didn't have that refit.
well, then we grab them out
Right.
the chair and we do the second fitting, and then
But then now I need to talk through glam. Maybe I want something tweaked or
Exactly.
changed.
Yeah.
switch accessories. So
Uh-huh.
it could be a rush out the door. Or it could be a beautiful.
Right. Calm
Calm.
kind of
Yeah.
entrance. Yeah. How do you guys work with because their look is not just the clothes, right?
Mhm.
It's
Right.
hair, makeup,
Mhm.
jewelry, everything,
Yeah.
right? So how do you guys work with the other people on the team to make a cohesive look?
So we usually have a glam chat.
Okay.
We have a glam chat, and I try to get everybody's opinions.
Mhm.
I would say like what we would like, but we also want to incorporate what they think would work. We never want to be like, oh, you need to do this. I always want to hear what you think off of what I'm telling you we want.
Right.
Yeah.
So we try to work together with them in that way. And then jewelry, we do ourselves. We'll pick it
Yeah.
out and all of
I
that.
just think
but
we're super collaborative.
yeah.
I think one of our biggest things is like knowing whose turn it is, and what I mean by that is like sometimes it is a glam moment. Like it's not always about the clothes. It's not always about the stylist. It's client first. So sometimes the look is carried through the hair or the makeup. So that glam chat is like everybody's an expert in their field. Let them be that expert. So we again would love to guide it, but if they're, you know, adamant on this is going to work better, you kind of have to trust the team. So I think that's where the glam
Yeah.
chats come in. But
Yeah.
we always tease our clients to say like, this is not a dictatorship. Like
Mhm.
we
No.
are here to help you.
And that's even with the client. Like,
Yeah.
we can pick a dress. If you don't like that dress, please let us know.
Tell
We'll
us, yeah.
pick something else. We really want you to feel good about yourself on that day because it's about you. It's not about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we want
You
to feel
carry
your
all of
best.
us when you step
Right,
out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
And we
you
can
carry all of
tell
it.
if you don't like
And you have
it.
to walk with confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you're not going to walk with
Exactly.
that
And
confidence.
you know when you don't like it.
Yeah.
You know you like I was
Exactly.
trying on we're throwing a well I'm throwing a launch party for the podcast this weekend
Mhm.
and I went to a showroom to try on a couple of things
Uh-huh.
and the lady was like she was like, oh, what do you think of this? And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I tried on one dress and I was like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
it. I was like,
Yeah.
even the way I was walking, twirling, like I was like
Yeah.
dancing, I was
Uh-huh.
singing, you know, like
Yeah.
you definitely have a different vibe when you are comfortable and
Totally.
confident.
Right.
And you can see
Right.
that. And sometimes honestly, and you can attest to this, that might not be our pick.
Mhm.
But if you
Right.
carry that back, you know what I mean? If we feel like, oh no, you should wear this,
Right.
Mhm.
but you lean left a little bit, but you serve better in left,
That's
we're
fine.
going left.
Right,
You know?
right. What's been your favorite event or moment to style thus far?
I would say recently VMAs.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
We gonna
done
get into that,
we've
but
done a lot.
yes, yes.
We've done a lot. We've had a lot of moments, but that
this
felt
has
so
really
special.
been the
Y'all, when I saw that, I was like, I don't know what I was expecting,
Yeah.
but I think everyone was just like gagged.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
thoroughly
Thank you.
gagged. I mean, obviously, Olandria is the perfect kind
Stunning.
of
She's
like
amazing.
muse
She's
in person
amazing.
for it.
Yeah.
Since you brought it up, can we go a little bit more into
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Of course.
So one, how has it been working with Olandria? And also you guys work with Shelly. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yes.
how's it like working with the two of them?
They're great.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Olandria wants us to lead her in the way that we think that she should
She's
go.
a sponge.
She's a sponge. She wants to take it all in. This is what she wants.
Right.
And we love working with clients like
Yeah.
that because it allows us to really show what we can do.
Mhm.
Right.
She trusts us.
Mhm.
Again, it's not a dictatorship.
It's not.
but
It's
she fully acknowledges that she trusts us and
Yeah.
that she believes it. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's very open and honest about giving us our flowers,
Right.
and she's just such a beautiful person to work with,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
inside and out. It's been my favorite experience so
Yeah.
far, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the most important parts of, I feel like, being a stylist is when you're working with multiple clients, as we've talked about, you need to know what works for them.
Yeah.
Right? Not everything's going to work
Totally.
for everybody, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's why as like a stylist, you can't have a thing or like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
type because it's
Yeah.
like it's based on the person.
Right.
And so like when I was scrolling through the Instagram, like obviously I saw Shelly and Olandria and their styles are quite different.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
how do you, first of all, what's the conversations that you have with each of the girls and how do you think about their styles differently?
I mean, I think fairly they're both really open. I think given their circumstances and their career paths together, they've both have are new to a lot of this, and they're both like really eager and open and excited for a lot. So they're all both really willing to try a lot. I think style wise for both, they have a similar frame. They're both tiny.
Mhm.
They're both
Very
tiny.
petite.
So
ladies.
the biggest thing on my end is what I was saying earlier is proportion.
Right.
Just because you can fit a bunch of stuff, like things fit not only this way but this way.
Right.
So
right.
for me, it's like shrinking it to make it look like it fits, and you're not
Mhm.
borrowing something from somebody else or something that wasn't for you.
Right.
So that's where my eye goes when we consider options for them both.
Mhm.
Yeah. They definitely do have different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Shelly's style is
Very flirty.
very, yeah,
She loves a ruffle.
Very
She loves a little
flirty,
drape
very,
moment.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Olandria is more like, I want to say couture.
I think
more
like in your
editorial.
face, like,
Editorial.
Yeah, it's a bit more like
Yeah.
yeah.
Shelley's romantic.
Yeah,
Very
I like
romantic.
that.
Very easy. Like she
soft.
loves a little like
Yeah.
something could fall off her
flow,
shoulder.
like a-
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
flirty
loves
and
that.
fun.
thing,
Yeah.
Flirty
yeah.
and fun.
Yeah.
Olandria can be a little bit more edgy.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was stumbling through TikTok yesterday, obviously doing
Uh-huh.
a little bit more research, and I saw you guys did one of those games that they have
OMG,
on,
yes.
on TikTok,
Her
and I
fans
think
made that.
Yeah.
really
Yes.
okay.
Cool.
I mean, and I'm one of them. The Olandria fans, we are definitely strong and out there. But and I think you guys landed on the Versace dress.
Yes,
Was it? That was your
yes.
favorite. You guys were doing like the
Yeah.
left, right one.
The game kind of honestly is a little irritating in the
Uh-huh.
best way because we landed on that and I love that look. But once you start playing, you get stuck because they give
Okay,
you these options. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm like, no, wait, go back. Like,
Wait, so which one is there an outfit that you wanted to go back to?
The blue. Matthew loves the
I
blue
love the blue.
Harbison.
I love the
Oh my gosh,
Harbison.
yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a soft spot for
He
it.
does. He does.
I feel like that was one of the moments where she was like honest about trusting us.
Yeah.
Like, had fun with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
When
she
I
was
saw
like,
that, I was like, that's very different
Yeah.
than honestly what I've seen
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's
Yeah.
what was so powerful. And I think that was the Teen Vogue.
yeah,
shoot,
Yes.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was such a standout and it looked amazing on
Yeah.
the screen.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
love
you.
Harbison. Like my story I
He's a
interned for
dear
him.
friend. We love him.
I interned for him way back when in 2014.
Wow.
And then to come full circle to moments like this, it's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like building relationships within the industry and sort of being able to, like you said, you interned for him 2014 and
Yeah.
now
Mhm.
almost 10 years later, nearly 10 years later, you're able to sort of put his clothes in Teen Vogue.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that like just sort of to have that relationship and to be able to,
I think this
do that for
industry is
people.
built on those
Right?
relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so important.
Yeah. Everything is connected. Like, and that's that breaking that mindset back to like the work opportunity of it all. It's just like, just go for it. Like any of us can do this.
Mhm.
You just have to go for it, build your network, and it's possible. Like
Yeah.
it's all network based. There's no like magic moment or something. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's
Yeah.
all just like going for it, building a network, and use your resources. I think Issa said it one time in an interview. It was like, reach out, not up. And it was
I
like,
love that.
yeah, I do too. And
Yeah.
that's
and also
what this
reach back.
Yeah,
Like you have
totally.
to reach back.
Yeah.
It's not
100%. But that's literally what I think
Yeah.
why we are here. Like that's
Yeah.
what this industry is.
Yeah. Okay, so you like the blue.
Yeah.
What about you? What's been your favorite kind of this run?
I love the Versace.
Okay. I did see in the video, I was like, Reggie likes this one. This is the one he wants. Yeah.
That was the one when she put it on. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. The color is beautiful on
Yeah.
her. The story behind it is beautiful. I'm just like, I love this Versace on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Cavalli. I think we just showed a
And the
range.
Cavalli, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love all of them because they literally, I think our goal was that, like,
Mhm.
let's show what's possible. Like,
Mhm.
let's show
The
range.
Cavalli.
You love it?
It was
Y'all.
good.
When I saw that was Watch What Happens Live, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously she was sitting next to Nick
Uh-huh.
and perfectly like
Uh-huh.
obviously and not matchy.
No,
Right,
Like
yeah.
just
right,
perfectly
right.
put together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, she is eating.
Can I tell you the story about
Please.
that dress? So I pulled that dress.
Matthew pulled that dress.
And Reggie
and I
was
was
like,
like,
I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
like that
Really?
dress.
Mhm.
But he was like, it's just not. He just was so like, it needs something.
Yeah.
And then he came in with the shoe. And I was like, see?
And once the shoe was on, I was like, oh,
You
this
saw
is
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was like, it had something to it.
Oh my
It just
gosh,
needed,
yeah.
it needed your
Mhm.
touch.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So that's how. But
That's how you guys work
That's
together.
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun to work together because we can shoot stuff down and agree on stuff, and it
Mhm.
doesn't. It's not like
I was
personal.
gonna,
Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna ask, like, does it ever get contentious at times?
Yeah, we're
when
so,
you're-
but like, it's
you're married together, you
Yeah.
live together, you also
Yeah.
work together. That's a lot
Yeah.
of time
Yeah.
together.
it's contentious, but it's contentious in a way of like it's comfortable because it's
Right.
like. For lack of, like, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I can talk to you
right.
later.
Yeah, That's always
Right.
the best when you,
You know
reach
what I
to
mean?
that
Uh-huh.
point in a relationship, friendship, where it's like,
Mhm.
girl,
You ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going
You gonna be
nowhere.
all right, right?
You'll be
Like-
fine. This is the shoe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's efficient.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to. Hi, if you don't mind, could you please
No.
pick
Right.
this up?
I know the
No,
pleasantries.
it's like, can you go pick this up?
Right. Pick this up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, so let's go back to the VMAs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did that come about? Did she come in with kind of like what was the
I'm
She
telling
com-
you, should
Nothing.
trust
She
us.
completely, yeah.
It's literally, what am I wearing? There's no conversation.
No conversation.
It's literally, what am I wearing?
so
today?
then how did you guys sort of come to that look then?
It was a back and forth, actually.
It was.
We wanted a different dress
Mm.
at first.
Everything was meant to be, though. It could not have figured out
definitely
better.
was. It definitely
Was the different
was.
dress similar?
No.
Or it
Completely
was completely
different.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It was a vintage dress. It was a big ask, and
Mhm.
that plays into like the politics of where people are in their career. And
Right.
it was a big ask, but we want, shoot for it. You never
Yeah.
Mhm.
know. But how did we land? I always am in my phone, and I save everything in different
we
folders
have
on
like
my Instagram.
a folder of different dresses, press looks. It's
Mm.
all like organized.
So
like
I
we can
kinda-
go back and be like, oh my God, wait, we have
Yeah.
this coming up. Let's go back and see what we saved
Yeah.
and see if that can work for that. And that's exactly what happened with this one.
Yeah.
But we were nervous about this one because it was coming overseas.
Yeah,
Okay.
and with everything happening, we were nervous.
Right, of course.
But
yeah.
essentially,
So-
I go through these folders and then re-screenshot everything and send it to Reggie and be like, "Which one do you think?
Mhm.
Do you like this? Do you like that?"
And I'll
then
say yes
we
or no.
kinda edit.
I'm not feeling it. Or I don't
Right,
think it'll look
right.
right on her. Or the color isn't right. But this one, I was like, I think that this is the one.
But that was
Right.
honestly, truthfully, that was we put all our eggs in one basket.
One dress.
I love when that, and it was worth it. I
Totally.
mean, it was the basket
Totally.
to put all the eggs in.
Totally.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we were
Like,
watching
that image
FedEx
is like
package.
imprinted in my head right now.
We were watching that FedEx package like,
like a hawk.
oh my god. So when it landed, we were so excited.
So excited.
But yeah, she just went for it. She was like,
Mhm.
okay, great.
I love that.
Yeah.
She looked amazing.
I
You
think
guys
she
did
looks
a
stunning.
great
And
job.
the one thing we kept hyping her up about too is like, I think what makes her really special is like, she's new to this in its entirety.
Mhm.
But so it's one thing to get her dressed, right?
Mhm.
But then it's that energy, like the way she walked on that carpet
Mhm.
and owned the moment, and just
Mhm.
even like she did the over the shoulder look back,
Ah.
and everything. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
girl, like people would like like look awkward or trip up or
Mhm,
something.
mhm.
She had this grace. I was like,
That was amazing.
it was just magic. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, like you really got it.
Yeah.
Like there's something about you. Like you really have it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But also like that is it's two parts of it, right? It's like
Mhm.
obviously her and her
Yeah.
energy
Right.
and all that, but also the dress.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can't help but think like a dress like that, you
Yeah.
have
Gives
to
you
walk it-
energy.
You
Yeah.
have to put your shoulders
Yes.
back and
Yeah.
flip your you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so props to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
You guys came across my page and a lot of people's page because
Uh-huh.
of Olandria.
Yeah.
But as you said, you've been styling
Yes.
celebrities. It's not your
Yes.
first time.
Yes.
You know, you're not new to this. You're true to this.
Yeah.
So what's your rate? Do you
What's
guys
our
have
rate?
a
It's
Or you-
client based.
Yeah.
client-based?
Yeah, actors
Okay.
and singers and they all have different studios have different budgets.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it ranges.
So you're willing to work with
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing
Right,
too. If
okay.
you really want to work with somebody, you work with somebody.
Mhm.
So it's open.
Mhm.
Last question is, are there any, you just talked about sometimes it's hard to pull certain things,
Mhm.
right? Either it's vintage, maybe it's from another country.
Right.
Maybe the fashion house, let's just be honest, sometimes fashion houses are very particular about
Right.
who they lend to. You know, we know that with Zendaya, right? When she
Right.
started
Yeah.
with Law, like not
Right.
everyone was lending to her. So how do you, are there any designers that you haven't had the chance to work with yet that you would love to work with in the future?
I would say Schiaparelli.
Yeah.
That's a major one.
Yeah.
Major.
What else have we not worked with?
That's just my goal. I
Yeah.
would want to work with them too.
Right.
Yeah.
I just love the structure of their dresses, just the fantasy of their
Mhm.
dresses. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's art.
It's
It is.
art.
It really
Yeah.
is, yeah. Okay, guys, we're coming to the end of the conversation. So this season, I'm introducing a new segment called "The Hill I'll Die On."
Okay.
And so basically, if you can both, does that sound very like it's like, but if you guys can both share what is one hill, in regards to styling, tailoring, the fashion industry that you're willing to die on.
What is one what?
One hill, sort of like one stance, one take, maybe.
On styling?
Styling, fashion industry.
Tailoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could be in Zara, and if you tailor it right, people are gonna think of something else.
Right.
Tailoring.
So true.
Good tailoring. That's what I'll die on.
I agree. I mean, it's not until I started getting into more of the like working in media and that I really understood how
Yeah.
important knowing your measurements is and tailoring like anything. Like you said, a Zara jean,
Yeah.
a meshki dress,
Yeah.
like anything can look good if you fit it to your body.
Totally.
Mhm. Mine is obviously styling.
Mhm.
If it's style right, I'll take the Zara thing for instance. If it's style right, you won't even know it comes from Zara. But Zara is still good. Don't get me wrong.
I love
Yeah,
Zara.
no, yeah, we love Zara.
Yeah.
I love Zara.
We love Zara.
I call it Zara Couture. If you see me 9
9 times out of 10, he
times out of
has
10,
Zara
something
on,
Zara.
and they're
full
like,
Zara.
he has Zara on, and they're like, oh my god, is that a Bottega jacket?
And it's
He's like,
like-
no, it's Zara.
The Zara in Soho. Don't
This
worry.
is Zara. I cropped it.
That's Zara?
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie. I was literally looking and I was
Yeah.
like, I thought that was
No.
a Zara jacket.
Yeah. You just crop
But-
it and do your
Wow.
thing, and ta-da.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Share any upcoming projects or anything you're excited about for the end of the year?
We're excited for
We're
Fashion
excited for
Week.
Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Olandria is about to step out.
Oh my
And I
God.
just hope everyone's ready.
I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if we're ready, but we got to get ready.
Yes.
Okay? Well, thank you guys so much for joining me
Thank
on
you
Bet
for
on
having
Black.
us.
This is such an amazing conversation.
Yes.
I'm glad that the audience is able to learn a little bit more about not just the styling, but how you guys started, how you guys
Yeah.
met each other,
Yes.
so the beginnings of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you guys want to share your IG or any social media?
Sure.
My IG is Reginald Reismann.
Yeah. And I'm Matthew Reisman.
Yay. And please follow Bet on Black at betonblk.media. You can follow me at Monique WNYC on Instagram. Bye, guys.